How's it going, everyone? This is Luxeley goofing around in some skirmishes with some random people. Kind of puts me in a situation where I'm forced to bring out my best, and that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of practicing my chops. So first one I do, they give me another Shadow Priest. Hey, let's give two of the worst classes in twos together. Let's put them together, and we'll have them face, let's see, a Frost DK and an Arms Warrior. You know, I don't want to complain, but this is just ridiculous. But watch what happens, because sometimes you can put a spin on ridiculous. And he's telling me to go after the warrior, so I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me, because the DK is just going to have AMS up 24/7. So the only reason why I'm not getting focused here is simply because I kind of went in with Spectral guys and went in behind him. DK death grips me from a different zip code. I get away, fortunately, because I didn't have a slow on me. Putting some big pressure on the warrior. He goes down eventually. Soon. Dude, you're supposed to be dying soon. So, yeah, the warrior dies. Now, I dispersed to get a little extra versatility up. That's why I did it. I'm not too concerned a 1v1 against a DK. It's usually having two melee up against me. Now he's using Cindegrosa, or whatever it's called, that does some big damage, so I avoid that. Now we have infinite slows and stuns. It looks pretty bad, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It's not looking good right now, but I'm not giving up just yet. And they gotta make noises in my face, too. That's a great animation in the game. What are your thoughts on that? I like those noises that tunes make. It really does. They add a lot to the game. It kind of pisses you off and gets you, when you're up against it, and gets you pumped up when your tune is, like, shooting it out. What are your thoughts on that? But, yeah, once again, because it's on a low cooldown. Now, he shouldn't go down this quick, but he's gonna go down. He's gonna go down. AMS up, of course. Got all his whammies up. Steals insanity from me. I'm on my last legs. I'm on my last legs. But guess what? Yous is gonna die. Oh, that was sweet. I should have lost that, but I didn't. Unbelievable. So, I queued up with this Shadow Priest again. I figured, why not? Give it a shot. You wanted to queue with me. Get another arena. Okay, not bad. Let's see what we get. Do 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 do. So, all right, we're up against a Frost DK again. Thank you, Blizzard. Appreciate it. And a Fire Mage. All right, not as bad as the first one. So I just figured I'd, type in, get a little bond going with this other Shadow Priest, tell him that last one made my night, because it did. And guess what he does? He decides, hey, Luxley, you suck at this game. You are a noob, and he just leaves. So now I'm freaking furious. 6, 7 to me just like punching a wall. He just leaves. Decides, I'll queue up with him. No, I changed my mind. I'll leave because you suck. Well, guess what? Fuck it. I'm gonna 1v2. Now, granted, I'm not playing against super pros. I admit that, but still, it's a 1v2, okay? And I sound like Donald Trump. Let me tell you something so you'll understand, okay? It's a 1v2, regardless. So I'm just hanging out, waiting for someone to make a mistake, or maybe pop some whammies like he did with Death and Decay. And of course, Death Knight. Dude, you're supposed to use Chains of Ice like 5 times on me. Fire Mage, a little concerned about that. I'm just so, sometimes when you guys ever get just so pumped up with adrenaline that you're just like bringing out another step to your game. Unbelievable. This guy just leaves me here, and I'm just like, screw it, I'm gonna win. I am gonna win. The DK is fairly geared. The Fire Mage is not geared. But still, it's a Death Knight. Death Knight is synonymous with death. Thanks for playing, bitch. Now, I'm in bad shape, but Shadow Word Death coming soon. Thanks for playing. I appreciate you ditching me on that one. So, got a rogue against, he's on my team this time, and another Frost DK against an enhancement shaman. This is just like massive bursts on their side, so let's see if the rogue is going to help out. Yeah, I love these rogues and skirmishes that don't even use the shroud out of the gate. You know, they just don't even bother. But this one did, so that's a comforting thing. Now I'm in a good position because I have distance on them, which is what you always want to get. And because of the rogue shroud, I was able to do that. Rogue is just put it on a can of whoop ass on the enhancement, but he was undergeared, no big deal. And the Frost DK, AMS up, of course. Good rogue. Rogue has definitely got some skills here. Too bad it wasn't a regular arena. But yeah, the Frost DK is just ignoring the rogue like he's not even there. Just go after the Shadow Priest. Go after the Shadow Priest 24/7. It's like they come out of the womb, you know, when they're level 55 and they're like, "Where's the Shadow Priest I'm gonna kill? Where's the Shadow Priest?" Because that's what they do. This is a perfect example of what a good rogue can do for you and help you in twos. And keep in mind, this is just random people. Like I said earlier, if you really want to improve, do twos with random people and just try to endure the frustration, because that's how you learn. That is how you learn. You got to be willing to be the greater fool sometimes. Do something silly. Do something. Get your teeth kicked in order to improve. And that's what I'm trying to do here. And yeah, wow, we just took out a lot of health from the shaman. Big time. Got him silenced, but he was also stunned. I think that was about simultaneous. We both had the same thought, so the silence went out at the same time as the stun. He's dead, and it's soon, thanks for playing. But my paladin is dead, so it's 1v1 against the rogue. And I got news for you. I am not going to lose a 1v1 against this rogue. This stun factory, this cloak of shadows, and evasion up. Gee, anything else? Yeah, looks kind of rad, but now I'm getting some distance. If I get distance on someone, it's pretty much over. But now he's on the defensive. Shadow Word Death, and it's thank you for playing, Mr. Rogue. Moving right along. Yeah, this is Blizzard's cruel joke. Granted, if this was a regular twos match, I would just lose it. And I would be going to Best Buy to get a new mouse, a new keyboard, a new gaming. I strongly, strongly believe that you should not be able to queue with a tune of the same spec. The exact same spec. Even the same class. 2 Shadow Priests, this is random. 2 Disc Priests, that's not random, okay? Blizzard doesn't do that. Those are 2 people like, hey, let's go fuck some people up and ruin their day by playing dual Disc Priest. And what do you get up against? Sustained damage to Shadow Priest. If there was an Affliction Lock, maybe it's a fight. Any other melee class, it's a fight. But 2 Shadow Priest, it's not a fight. Blizzard should definitely not allow you to queue for twos, whether it's skirmish or it's a twos arena, if you're the same class. Those are just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Double rogue, double warrior. It gives twos a bad name. Whether it's skirmishes or arenas, that's exactly what's giving it a bad name. It's got to be stopped. I mean, what? But it's never going to be stopped. It's been 10, 11 years, and they're still doing this silly stuff. So to summarize what I've learned, which is pretty much what I've always known, ret paladins, rogues, and frost mages like this one are your best pairings and twos for a Shadow Priest. Why? Well, rogues and mages can very easily take one person out of the equation with a sap or a blind or a poly or a ring of frost, which is what a Shadow Priest needs. 1v1, we can fight. 2v1, when the other two, doesn't matter if it's a melee and a ranged or dual melee, you're dead. Pretty much. You're dead. So that's what you need. And then even a ret paladin, if he's aware and can throw you a hand of protection every now and then, or even a hand of sacrifice, most of them don't, but when you find one who does, then it's going to enable you to do your thing. So I thought this was a really good game. This is a game that was a very, very close one, like all of these. And even though they're skirmishes, I felt they were worthy of an upload because there's some good gameplay. And you're getting a lot of good players at lower levels in Arena, and you're getting a lot of good players in skirmishes who are helping out their buddies or just practicing their chops like I'm doing here and now. But This is a Disc Priest Feral. This is a tough comp for us. It really is, especially in this arena. I hate this arena. If it's up to me, I would just AFK out of this arena 100% of the time. I absolutely hate it, except if I'm playing an Ellie Shaman or even a Hunter to some regard. But I know the key here is Dispel, Dispel, Dispel. Anytime you're up against a Disc Priest, Dispel is your new best friend. You have to keep that in mind. And that is precisely what I'm trying to do. And because it's obviously not a dual DPS that we're up against, you do have that ability to occasionally spam your Dispels, which is what I'm doing. So now I'm stuck in a 1v2. Oh my god, what am I going to do? So it's either you got to take out the healer in this scenario, and that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I could do it, especially with a feral on me, but the healer's a bit undergeared. Nevertheless, I got a bit lucky. Shadow Word Death, he didn't get away in time, but I'm in big, big trouble in a world of hurt. That bubble right there saved me the match, because now I got a fear on him. He's in full run. He doesn't have his trinket. Matter of fact, his trinket, talk about microseconds, now he's got his trinket back. That was just like lucky timing on my part, but still, taking advantage of luck and having luck are two completely different things, because that is what I do. I take advantage of luck. Shadow Word Death, thank you for playing. This is Luxeley. Glad you guys tuned in. Let me know your thoughts about skirmishes, more arena. Luxeley out.